So, Rhonda, how do you fit into all of this?
Met Bill back in 2016 when we did a big hitch where we had 36 percherons and 8 grain wagons. And it was a reenactment from Slim Moorhouse where he went from Gleason to Calgary with us. And I stayed in touch with his sister after that event was over and done with. And he knew I needed something to do for the summer. So I jumped aboard and I drive the bus for him. I help with getting the people their life jackets and the paddles and their cushions, and I do a lot of the background. We just don't do rivers. We'll go to lakes as well if you want to go to them.
So a person could actually call you up and say, I would like to go on XYZ Lake
Yeah.
in northern Alberta, and you would bring your stuff to them?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's even more cool. So, what does that all involve then? To take two 30-foot canoes with you and all the gear, you must have a heck of a rig to transport that stuff.
We've got a 22 passenger bus with a reefer unit in it as our air conditioner, and everything else is in the back of it. So you don't see the life jackets, you don't see our water guns, you don't see any of the paddles. That's all behind
Back
you.
up. You said water guns?
Yes.
I love water fights. So tell me more. That just caught my.
Well, we had a group go out, and we took 2 canoes, the 2 big ones, and it was like grandparents and an aunt and uncle in one canoe, which he happened to have, and the other paddler was in the other one with the younger munchkins, we shall say, and they had a pretty good water fight going between the 2 canoes.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it was great fun.
I can imagine.
They laughed about it all the way.
They dumped so much water in each one of the canoes, I had to use a tractor to pick the canoe up to dump it out. We couldn't dump it by hand.
They were
Scooped
using
it at
paddles
each
as
other.
well as the water guns, so yeah. If you know how to run your paddle the right way, you can
Move a heck of a lot of
you
water.
can get a pretty good bath really quick and not expect it. As they're coming into land, this is the Redwater group from the Redwater Review coming in.
But yeah, it can be great fun. And then there's moose and bears and deer. Last time we went down the river for Run to the Hills, there was a bear just laying in the water relaxing. And then a moose, first time I've saw one in 30 years, swim right across in front of us.
Wow.
Right across the river.
So it would be a wonderful thing for wildlife photographers and stuff
Oh, yeah.
to do is go on a river
And
cruise.
ducks and geese
Ducks
and
and
all
geese.
the rest of it, cranes.
The sturgeons swimming by you, the fish coming to the top of the water, the bucks trying to play hide and seek with you in a canola field.
That was hilarious. There was a buck and he was right down level with the canola. There's these horns like this up above the canola, like, you're not hiding, buddy. Oh, yeah.
And if they're going on a 2-week trip with you,
Well, that takes some planning.
that no doubt that would take some planning. But like, how do you handle the food and things like that you're
The
going
bus
to need?
follows.
Okay.
It's on the land.
Okay, so you have different meetup points every day where the bus will come and connect
Exactly.
with you. And okay.
Especially on the Athabasca, there's downright real camping areas with buildings and everything
Right.
on the river with no road access to them whatsoever, but they're there for the canoeing. And the North Saskatchewan isn't as good at it as the Athabasca, but you actually get a full tour guide of where to camp, how long it takes to get between points. The start of the Desjardins Rapids. We come down through here on the week of Run to the Hills. You can tuba your way down through here quite easily. It's not much of a rapids. It's about a half a mile of rapids, I guess.
Tell me how you decided to get part of the Run to the Hills rally, the 10-day bike week, and what you thought of being part of Bike Week.
I told her to go check it out, and she did. Then they called me back, and Bob said, "Get your butt over here. We're gonna do something."
So initially, he had won tickets to Run to the Hills when he did the Ride for Dad.
Right?
And it was a 10-day pass that he got. So I went down to check it all out and took information for Saskatchewan River Voyagers as well as Northern Lights RV Resort, and just went from there, started promoting stuff. We did up a draw for 3 nights. Yeah, 3 nights, 2 days, plus a canoe trip for 2, and every day that we were there, we drew a name.
So what was your take on Bike Week? What did you think of all the riders and the crazy things they like to do?
The last ride I was at was one down in Bearberry back in 96, 97, and I loved it. And I missed it. And when I got down there, it was kind of like, oh, hey, wait, this is where I belong. The old me's coming out, and I wasn't afraid of anything. I knew I was safe.
Isn't that amazing? How you can walk into a group of strangers and know you belong.
These theories that you hear of people saying, oh, well, they're a bad group and they'll do this and they'll do that. You don't want to mess with them, but
They're not out to cause harm.
they're not out there to...
Unless you step on their toes, they're going to leave you alone
Exactly.
and respect you, and
Yeah.
that's
I'm
much.
I'm a member of. I'm the president of a motorcycle club. It's called Crashing Cowboys, and we have a really steep entry fee. You got to get on a bull. We don't have many members.
You can find us on Google underneath Saskatchewan River Voyagers Limited, and you can find us on Facebook underneath the same of Saskatchewan River Voyagers Limited.